Cold start to the morning. Almost 7 a.m., about 0 degrees. Waiting for Rob and Pete to show up, so I'm heating up some water and gonna make myself some oatmeal. I put in too much water. Oh well. All right, here we are at the beginning of the Signal Ridge Trail. We just did 2 miles of road walking, and now we're gonna head in towards Mount Carrigain. We're gonna do an overnight trip. End of February. Got Pete and Rob with me, and we're looking forward to it. Woo! Yes!
Look at that weird little circle of ice. It just says, like, Ring Around the Rosie did or whatever and broke it off. It's kind of cool. Kind of nonsense, but neat. I don't know, it's neat, like nature's natural geometric progression or whatever, right? Fractals. Something, something, a dying star, I don't know.
About 12 degrees out now. Warming up a bit. De-layer. My pack is not light. Got about 43 pounds on my back. I'm a little overboard, but I opted for a lot of insulation to keep me warm tonight because I want to be comfy.
Traipsing it out. Ready to rock and roll.
It's 10:37 and we set up camp. This is some kind of record for us.
It took like 45 minutes. It wasn't too bad at all.
We're gonna head up another 2.5 miles or so to the summit of Carrigain. Extremely light, fluffy snow. Currently 14 degrees, and it feels like it. Oh look. Hello, Fat Gray Jay. You are huge. You're one big guy. How you doing? All right, we are almost to Signal Ridge, and then beyond that will be the summit of Carrigain. Temps about 15 degrees. Light snow's falling. And this ascent has really worn us down, even with our lighter packs. But so glad we made camp already and have that to go back to on our way down. Nice work.
Feeling
Go team, man.
Feeling good?
Yeah. It's nice out.
It's beautiful. Feet are a little cold, but I've managed to warm the rest of my body up. Normally the view here is pretty fantastic, but different kind of beauty right now. Snow up here. Lovely.
It's snowy.
There's Signal Ridge. There's a hiker that passed us earlier on his way back. And somewhere up there is Carrigain. Normally you'd see it in the fire tower at the top, but not today.
What are you doing?
I can just make out the fire tower at the top now. One climb left. Gotta keep moving or get cold quick. Here's the campsite where I stayed a few years back and had all that back pain. Doesn't look like anyone's been camping there in a while.
Good job, team.
Good work. Whew. Nice work. Hey, all right. Carrigain.
Woo!
Yes.
It's a cold one.
Cold. It says 14 degrees.
It's the same thing. Like, it's like they work Saturday. Back to base camp.
Yay. Cozy quilts. Just go get some water.
I have water. I'm just giving it something
All right.
to start with, my friend.
Fair enough, fair enough.
All right. Now I'm ready to go get water. This is the watering hole. Just filled up my Nalgene. It's a tough day. I didn't film very much, but it was productive, and we're having a good time. We're gonna eat some dinner, boil some water, drink some hot drinks, and live a life of kings. Cold, snowy kings, but kings nonetheless. Don't mind me, I'm just falling over. Alright. So the watering hole, it's not too far from our camp. It's a little bit of a walk. We can take it together. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely felt like I worked harder than I should have had to today, but you know, there's no accounting for snowshoes and snow conditions and thermoregulation, the trials and tribulations of winter hiking and backpacking are definitely not for the faint of heart. You have to be willing to embrace some level of suckitude. So that is what I did, and we summited successfully. Beautiful Carrigain, one of the greatest views in the Whites. Of course, with the snowstorm today, there was nothing to be seen outside the tower. In the distance there is our camp.
Pete got himself a little vestibule for his cooking pleasure. And the snow piling up the side of my tarp.
How you doing?
Good, I got my stove working.
Nice. I got mine's working good, actually.
Sweet.
Remember when we went to Garfield and I couldn't even get that thing to fire up?
Yep.
I got all the kinks worked out.
Excellent.
See?
All right. Oh,
Jesus. Snowshoe.
you're
stove,
not
action. What?
not worried about any sort of meltage of
No.
any
It's
sort
all
of.
right here. It's all way down here.
Yeah, it's true.
So, as long as it keeps, I mean, it's meant to cook in a tent.
Is it
essentially.
really?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah, you have a very nice exhibition setup here.
it is pretty good. Yeah, you just gotta bring stakes and poles.
duck under.
This might be a rare trip where I eat everything I brought because I didn't bring enough.
17 out. All right, I went a little batshit crazy on the insulation on this trip, but I couldn't help it after my last outing. I really love the double underquilt, so I'm doing it again. I got my 0 degree incubator, and then I got my 30 degree Phoenix underneath that. I got my Burrow 20 degree top quilt, and then I got a 40 degree little quilt as well. And I'm hoping that'll be enough. And as for why I have a bug net, no, it's not because there's bugs, but because my top quilts love to slide out on me in the night. So I've had enough, and I'm gonna keep them in place, keep them imprisoned with this bug net inside the hammock with me.
I mean, that's...
There's no snaps or anything, right?
No, there's no snaps, so you overlap them to close them. You could clip the two together, like if it was like a not snowy night, and like pull them out more, creating even more space potentially.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, like I see a lot, like a lot of people put a carabiner on both hooks of the doors, right? Pinch them together.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've had some janky setups. It's gotten a lot nicer over the years. My feet are starting to get cold.
As am I.
Buffalo style chicken mac and cheese. Blowing up a little snow. 2 hours would probably save.
So 3 hours ish.
The hike out should only be like a couple hours, yeah. It's downhill, so even easier. Yeah.
Ready to get into some dry, warm clothes.
So I got clean, dry socks on, these neoprene covers, and down booties with a full-size body warmer in the bottom of them. It's just heaven.
$6 a.m.
My fingers are all pruny and everything, like I'm just gross. I'm going to take down here about as quick as possible.
Look at Pete making his little breakfast. Somehow I lost one of my puffies, my booties.
Oh no!
I don't know where it is.
I can't find my hat. I don't know where that is.
And I can't find one of my mittens. It's in there somewhere.
It's in there, yeah.
But it's annoying.
Yeah, no, I had this buff up most of the night, and like I had my face out.
Well, I got about 5 hours of good sleep last night from 7 to 12. Then I woke up with a headache and felt slightly nauseous, and I was pretty much up the rest of the night. Not fun. So, warm enough. Certainly, doubling up on the quilts kept me very warm. Cooled off by the morning, but still.
Good thing is it's a short hike out, Seth.
So true. Pack up. Have some coffee. Pack up.
Love coffee.
You're not having coffee?
I'll hit Dunkin' Donuts.
What happened to your I want to take it easy in the morning and cuddle in my hammock?
I'm frozen. I want to get the fuck out of here. I might have some, like a bar or something in a little bit, but right now I'm taking down.
Just boiled up some water. Let it warm my boots up just a smidge before I put them on. Time to pack up. How do you feel about our adventure, Pete?
Man, I had a fantastic time. Not gonna lie. Beautiful out. What could you ask for?
That's right.
What more could you ask for?
Well, another fine night out in the woods. Some victories, some failures, but good stuff overall. Some issues I had. Well, I brought those heated gloves along I recently reviewed. They didn't really do as well as I had hoped. I'm not sure if it was due to the fact that they were kind of just hanging out in my backpack with temperatures in the teens all day, but they didn't provide much heat. I ended up wearing them on a ascent up Carrigain, and they helped a little bit, but I wasn't getting that real warmth I'd hoped for. So Rob tried them as well for a bit when he had really cold hands, but both he and I felt that chemical warmers did a better job in this environment than those gloves. So disappointing, but good to know. I also tried my luck with some shock cord tensioners, following guidance I learned in a Shug video, but they ended up breaking on me, and I didn't have the energy or the initiative to fix them, so just went with my standard guy lines. I ended up splitting them though, so I did one guy line for each tie out, which worked much better than having one long guy line for both tie outs. So I'm glad I made that switch. Now I just gotta work on those shock cords again. Waking up at midnight with headache and some mild nausea. That wasn't fun. Tried aspirin, tried to drink water, just couldn't will myself to eat anything. And so I was pretty much up the rest of the night. If I got any sleep, it was in and out and sporadic and didn't do much for me. So even though I got a good 4.5 hours to start the night, feeling pretty haggard this morning. On the plus side, my going overkill on the quilts was wonderful because I was toasty warm all night. It started to cool off by the morning, but I was definitely very warm as soon as I got in my hand last night around, I don't know, 6:37. And so I consider that weight and storage space well spent. I'm also glad we decided just to set up camp early in the day and then hike up to Carrigain unencumbered, or less encumbered. We could have camped up there, but it would have been a slog, and the wind was something fierce last night where we were, so I can only imagine what it would have been like up there. It would definitely been a gnarly experience. I much preferred where we were. Even with the big gusts of wind we had after midnight, I was not getting cold, so very pleased about that. One other big plus, no cramping on this trip. I made a point to put some electrolyte mix in every bottle of water, and that may have done the trick because no issues with cramps getting in and out of the hammock, and for that I am thankful. I'd say between yesterday afternoon and last night we got about 4 inches of new snow. Just makes for a lovely hike out.
You do a lot of work. I think Carrigain's another one like that though, especially coming from the road down here. Right. We probably did 3,000 feet yesterday.
All right, well that was fun. Good night in the woods with good friends. Thanks as always for watching, I really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. See you next time.
This is the